Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. For those of you guys that are new to my channel, my name is Tammy. I am 41 years old and I am a prison wife, hence the name of the channel. I got married in 2014 to my husband, who is serving a 28-year sentence. He has served 17 and a half years of that sentence. And I created this channel to really focus on our journey, talk about, things that might be pertinent to somebody that is in a relationship with somebody that's incarcerated, visiting, budgeting, EFVs, so family visits, looking for red flags. You can look through my list of videos and find lots of different things there. I've also posted throughout this time some other vlogs. I did an interview with Dr. Oz a couple years ago. I moved to Colorado and came back. I kind of vlogged that. So there's a lot of random things on there. I am trying to get more back into posting stuff about prison. So yeah, so that's coming soon. Today, I wanted to primarily talk about an upcoming court case that we have, because I have not updated you guys on it recently, and I've had quite a few people ask me what is going on with it. So here we go, guys. Sorry if I'm a little awkward. I haven't been doing this in a long time, so yeah, I guess to start off, we have an appeal. It's called, well, okay, so the case was in 2000. It was for a robbery charge. My husband was 16 years old at the time, and he served 2 years in an adult prison at that time. When we lost our last appeal, which I believe was in 2017, 2018, I think it's 2017, I started looking through some paperwork, and I saw that there was no paperwork saying that they had given him the option to appeal that case in 2000 for the robbery. So I asked the lawyer about it at that time, and he agreed with me, and so that's how the appeal kind of started. I mean, that's what it's based off of, the fact that they never gave him the option to appeal it. If they would have, he definitely would have appealed it, and it may have gone differently. So that's what we're working with. Like I said, it's been going on for a little over 2 years. It's been continued quite a few times, definitely because we've switched lawyers. This is our third lawyer for this appeal. First lawyer, he was really, really great. So we had him for a really long time. And then there were some differences between my husband and him. So we kind of parted our ways. Parted ways. Second lawyer we got is amazing. She's awesome. But she did have some medical issues, which caused her to have to postpone or to continue some of his court cases, or his court hearings. So, and it was, kind of difficult with communication. So we decided to leave that relationship. And the lawyer that we went to is the lawyer that we have now. And he's really great. He's a lot more aggressive than our past lawyers. He is very good with communication, which to me is a plus, because I've spent the last 6 years with communicating with lawyers, and they don't seem to be the best at communicating. I get it. They're busy, they're in court, they're working on other clients' cases. But it's just really frustrating when you're working on an appeal, or you have an appeal or a hearing coming up, and you can't get a hold. You don't know what's going on. You're like in the dark with everything. So we're extremely happy with the lawyer that we have right now. He's great. So I guess to start off, our court hearing is for August 26th. So we have about 3 weeks until that hearing. I already took the day off work like months ago. I let them know. This court hearing is going to be like a mini trial. That's initially what it is. So the prosecutor can call witnesses, our lawyer can call witnesses. It's a way to present evidence to the judge. And then at the end of that evidentiary hearing, which is usually 1 to 2 days, that judge will give her decision. So it's awesome because we don't have to wait for months and months and months, like going through the appeals court or the Supreme Court, and we don't have to wait for a decision. Like, we find out that day, which is amazing. So that's kind of what's going on there. Super anxious. I feel like since April, so like the last 3 months have gone by so slow, just because of quarantine and just I have like a countdown app on my phone, just, with that, just everything seems like it's in slow motion. And just constantly, my mind, I'm like constantly thinking about court and like what's going to happen and like how things are going to play out and try to turn my mind off, but it doesn't really work that well. So yeah, that's what's going on with court. Originally we were supposed to have court in April, and because of all the craziness in the world, it got postponed to from April until August. So at the time it got postponed, I was like, oh my God, that's so far away. But now that it's here, I'm just like, it's only 3 weeks away. Like I kind of wish it was tomorrow, but in a sense, like 3 weeks is coming really quickly. And, I want to make sure that we're absolutely prepared um, when we do go to court. So, it is a good and it's a bad thing. So it's kind of crazy. In March is when they transported my husband from prison to county for the court hearing. And it was before everything started getting locked down and the courts, closed down and all of that. So he went at the right time. Um, he's been there ever since. He kind of got lost in the system. They were supposed to transport him back like so many months ago, and they didn't. So he's been in county ever since. I feel like it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. So I'm going to do a separate video on the differences between county and prison because there are so many differences. I've been in jail before. I've been in county jail. I haven't spent an extremely long time in county like he has. But I do know the differences, and from what he's told me, obviously, since March, I guess I just want to go over, the definite differences between the two. So where he's at now, is in King County, so Seattle. It's close to Seattle, and it's not too far from me. I want to say it's like 40 minutes from me. But they don't have visits right now, so that's going to be the number one thing. But that's kind of where everywhere except for like some states in the Midwest, I've noticed, they started opening their visits back up with restrictions. But like in Washington, nothing is open at all. Everything is closed down. He's locked down. I want to say on average, one day he's locked down for 20 hours. So he's out 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at night, and then the following day he's locked down. 20 or sorry, 21 hours. So he's got 2 hours out in the morning and then he's got 1 hour out in the afternoon, and that's it. So that's the negative about it, right? He's locked down so freaking much compared to prison. Another negative about county commissary, the cost of phone calls, like everything, it's not a whole lot more expensive, but it is more expensive than what we're used to. Because of being locked down so much, we don't have as much phone calls. We still talk twice a day, but I feel like we don't talk as much as we used to because there's just not enough phone calls for everybody to use in that short amount of time that they have out. Visits. So like everywhere else, we don't have visits right now, but they do have video visits. So this is a plus. In prison right now, they have video visits. I've heard that JPay is giving 2 free video visits a month, I think it is, or it might be a week. I'm not positive on that. At county where he's at, they are giving us free visits, as many as we can schedule, which I believe you can only schedule 1 a day. So on average, I've been getting 5 to 6 video visits a week for free. And unlike JPay, we're using Securus, and the video visits are crystal clear. Like we don't have any distortions at all. There's no problems with audio, video, nothing like that. Like, and they're 25 minutes long. But I mean, they work amazingly well. So that has been really, really awesome. We've had like, usually it's like right after work I schedule them. So we've been really excited about that. And we've been lucky about that, not being able to have to pay, extra money to get those visits. Outside, like he has not been outside since March. So that's definitely a downfall to being in county. And then he hasn't been able to talk to really like any of his good friends at Stafford where he was at. I have communicated with a couple guys that he's really close with that he considers like a brother. Just to let him know, what's going on and that he's still there and like we're waiting for court and, all of that good stuff. But yeah, just him not being able to communicate with, certain people that are in his life, that's obviously a downfall. EFVs, let's talk about that. So Washington State has extended family visits, which is also known as conjugals. Um, but back in the day, conjugals were just for your significant other. Now they're for family members. They're for parents. They're for siblings, aunt and uncle, stepfather, stepmother, spouse, obviously, children, immediate family. 2 days in a trailer. Nobody is like, there's no CO in there with you. You get to bring in your own food, all of that. So we qualify for EFVs in September, so next month, which is crazy to say that. And we've been waiting forever, forever, forever to get them. Um, so we have about 6 weeks now until we can apply for them. You just send in your birth certificate, your marriage license, your driver's license, and that is all you need. If you were divorced, you have to send in like a divorce decree, but I was never married prior, and Kevin wasn't either, so we don't have to do that. So yeah, so we get to apply for that in September. But the downfall to that is, when are visits going to be reinstated? Are they ever going to be reinstated? I know they're going to be reinstated. This is my personal thought on it. I honestly believe that they're waiting for some sort of a vaccine. I know they say that they're not. They're saying that they're waiting for the whole state to go into like phase 4, which is pretty much like back to the new normal. And then they're going to start visits again. But it's kind of like it gets better and then it gets worse, right? 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. So pretty much like the county that I live in is in step 2 or stage 2. The county where the prison is at, I think, is in stage 3, I want to say. But the prison that he was at just had 2 positive cases that were announced. And then like Seattle, King County, Tacoma, like all of those, I believe, are back in phase 1. So I honestly think it'll be next year before visits get reinstated. So we're really not like, planning on it happening anytime soon. And then according to like EFVs are concerned, we qualify in September, but we obviously can't get them back, or we can't get them until visits reopen. And then once visits reopen, like everybody and their mom, literally, is going to want to schedule an EMB. So I guarantee like it'll be probably the end of next year before we would even get one of those, which sucks. But it is what it is, kind of a thing. So we're pretty much hoping and crossing our fingers and praying that this appeal, this evidentiary hearing, goes exceedingly well, which is, from like talking to the lawyer, talking to multiple people, we think it is. I mean, we've got the transcript from this case. Like, it looks really good. There's all positive things, going for us. And I'll talk more after the court case. I'll give you guys a lot more details about everything. But right now, I'm just obviously giving you the basics. But everything looks good on our end. Like, it looks like we have everything, and the prosecution really has nothing except for the time bar issue, meaning like this happened 20 years ago. So that's really the only thing in court that they can use in their defense, is that it happened so long ago. And they don't think it's right that we should be able to appeal something that happened so long ago, even though it's totally wrong. And they were in the wrong, you know what I mean? So that's kind of where we're at with all of that. Now it just boils down to like our lawyer finalizing everything, getting his witnesses in order, and just waiting for court. I know it's going to come so soon. I have a normal week at work this week, but then after that, like my work is furloughed, and we have to take so many furlough days for the rest of the year. So it's pretty much like twice a month I'm having to take at least 1 day off a week, and I already work 4 days a week. So I'm pretty much working 3 days a week, twice a month. And then I have some appointments and I have training and stuff like that this month. So this month is really short for me. And then on top of it all, I have school. So I am going for my bachelor's degree. I'm almost done with it. My major is addiction studies and my minor is psychology. I'm taking summer quarter, so I'm halfway done with this quarter, and then all I have is foreign language. So I'm taking sign language. So I have one sign language class a quarter for fall, winter, and spring. And then spring is my last quarter. I graduate. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. I feel like with school, with work, and everything else going on, it just makes time go quicker. So court should be here soon enough. Um, Sorry this video is so long, you guys. I haven't done a video in a long time, so I really wanted to talk about a lot of different random topics. My ADD probably doesn't help because I'm all over the place, but I mean, I've always done my videos to where they have not been edited. I pretty much film, post it, and then you guys like get what you get. I don't try and clean it up, make it look pretty or anything like that. I'm just like all about the brutal honesty and just like showing you guys what it's like, what it is. I don't have any cards to like read off of. I am just like going off of what's, going on in my mind. If you guys have any questions about like our court case that's coming up, if you guys are going through appeals and you want to know more about an evidentiary hearing, appeals in general, filing motions, anything like that, go ahead and comment below. Leave me a message. I promise I'll get back to you. If you have questions about school, addiction, anything like that, let me know. And I totally would love to talk about that. So it's crazy. I've been working as a counselor now for 3.5 years. I was certified for the first 3 years. And then the end of last year, I think it was December, or maybe it was January. It's December or January. I went and I took my test, my state exam, and I passed. So I'm a licensed counselor now. And yeah, I've been working for the company that I'm at now for a little over a year. I just celebrated my 1-year anniversary, so that's awesome. And what else? Working out. So I know I've come on here before and talked about weight loss and like getting in shape and all of that. And I know that you cannot stick with something unless you're completely motivated to do it. And you have to be motivated for the right reasons. You have to do it for yourself, like 100%. Don't do it for any other reason but yourself, like, because that's the only way you're going to stay motivated. So I, in the past, lost a significant amount of weight and then gained it back when me and my husband lost visits and we went a long time without seeing each other. Probably just like, not depression, but, just being bummed out, missing him, not seeing him. So I always like comfort ate and like ice cream was like my downfall. And then fast food. I never was into fast food. And then all of a sudden I got into fast food. And then all of a sudden all the weight started coming back and it was horrible and it sucks. And then I went through these self-esteem issues, where I just feel fat and, I don't know. If you guys have been there, you know how I feel. So I'm 5'7" and my highest was 215. I got down to 163 and then I am back up to 195 now. So I was at like right at 200 and so I've lost a few pounds. Probably about 5 pounds or whatever. But about 2 weeks ago, I started working out at least 3 days a week doing cardio. And I decided that I really wanted to try hard to like keep it. So like earlier this week, I started going to the gym before work. It was just super early and I'm not a morning person. But I did it. I did I did Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I would have done today if they were open. I did do some exercising. I started, doing arm exercises. I bought some dumbbells so I could work out from home too. So I got some exercise in today, but I'm just trying to do a little bit of exercise every day. You know what I mean? Because even stretching, if you could stretch every day, like that's better than doing nothing. So I've been walking my dogs a lot more and just getting myself more in shape, little by little. I also started calorie counting again, which worked for me in the past. I do 1,200 calories a day, and I'm learning to, eat small meals throughout the day and still feel full, which is a transition for me. And as of last Sunday, stopped eating ice cream. I know there's all these like keto ice creams out there and stuff, but they just haven't done it for me. So I'm gonna just stay away from ice cream altogether. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I'm gonna stay away from Ben and Jerry's altogether because that was like my downfall. I like Skinny Cow ice cream. If you guys have heard of those, they have really good ice cream bars, like 100 calories, and it just kind of gives you that like quick fix for like something sweet at night, which that's what I always go for, is something sweet after I eat dinner. So after I finish this video, I'll be eating a Skinny Cow ice cream bar and taking a shower and getting ready for bed. But anyhow, I just wanted to fill you guys in on what's going on. I'm sorry this video is all over the place. Sorry it's so freaking long. I am gonna go ahead and post it tonight, so that way you guys can watch it. Like I said, if you have any questions, go ahead and post it down there below in the comment section, and I would be more than happy to answer any questions that you have, whether it's about weight loss, addiction, like I said, about court stuff, about prison stuff, like you name it. So anyway, I'm gonna try and post something, um, a video specific to one topic next weekend. And I think I might want to do it on the differences between county jail and prison from my perspective as a prison wife. So I want to thank you guys for watching and for staying tuned if you're still watching it at this point. And I love you guys very much. Have a good evening. Have a great week, and I'll talk to y'all later. All right, bye.